Tonight, a Providence police officer is still on the force 2 years after he was convicted of assaulting a man during an arrest in 2020.
The case against Sergeant Joseph Hanley sparked outrage in the city, and city leaders have moved to fire him. Right now, he is suspended.
Target 12 investigator Steph Machado has been covering this case since the day Hanley was arrested. She joins us now with where it stands.
Hanley hasn't worked a shift in 3 years, but is still a Providence police sergeant because of a state law that many are trying to change.
You got it.
This body camera video from April 2020 shows Sergeant Joseph Hanley and other officers arresting Rashad Gore on Tell Street. At Hanley's trial a year later, prosecutors showed how he kicked Gore while Gore lay on the ground in handcuffs, punching him and kneeling on his neck.
You got what you wanted, right?
A district court judge convicted Hanley of simple assault on March 18, 2021. Providence police officials and then Mayor Alorza were in unanimous agreement that Hanley should be fired. But today, he is still on the force. Why? The Law Enforcement Officer's Bill of Rights, a state law, says Hanley gets to have a hearing before his termination takes effect. But that can't happen until after his criminal case is over, including an appeal. That appeal goes to Superior Court, where he will get a jury trial, but 2 years after his conviction, there is still no date scheduled.
COVID backed us up on trials.
Attorney General Peter Nerona says the prosecution and defense have been ready to go, but there's a backlog of cases waiting to be scheduled in Superior Court.
There are 300 cases in the trial queue. This is a misdemeanor compared to, significant, serious one. I don't want to minimize it, but we have murder cases that are waiting to go.
Meanwhile, Hanley is on unpaid suspension, but he still gets his medical and dental benefits, and he's earning time towards hitting 20 years on the force this fall, when officers qualify for their maximum pension from the city.
Every taxpayer here in Providence and all throughout the state is paying for officers who are under investigation, who are sometimes convicted of crimes already, to be on the force and have their benefits paid for.
Harrison Tuttle from the Black Lives Matter Rhode Island Political Action Committee says this is why Leobor needs to change. He wants a full repeal, but is optimistic that reforms will pass this year.
It handcuffs local municipalities and police chiefs to be able to hold their own officers accountable.
Mayor Brett Smiley, who is the acting public safety commissioner, says he does plan to seek Hanley's termination once the criminal case is over. He says Leobor needs to change to empower the mayor and police leaders to make employment decisions. I'm Steph Machado, 12 News.
Steph's report continues on WPRI.com, where you can read specifics about how new legislation proposed at the State House this month would change the law enforcement officer's Bill of Rights.